Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, have you ever been introduced to any type of drugs?
Oh yeah, I started out. What did I do? I started out on weed. Well, I started drinking. I started on weed. Then I started on. I took some acid and smoked crack for about 10 years. Then I took methadone for about. Well, I started on lower tabs, and then I started methadone for about 10 years, and then I started smoking methamphetamines. The methamphetamine, it don't affect me as much because I got some kind of chemical imbalance in my brain, but it kind of helps me wake up a little bit, kind of like coffee.
All right, 400 Degrees TV. Do we have consent for posting your video on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right. How you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling okay, I guess.
Okay. And what's your name?
William Gorell.
All right, Mr. William. How old are you?
48.
48 years old. Got any kids?
I got two.
Got 2 kids.
Well, they grown now. They grown folks.
Okay. How old are they?
I'm honestly not sure. I think my daughter's like 18, 19. My son's like 20-something, 22.
Do you keep in touch with them?
No. I think I got like a 1-year-old grandbaby, but I'm still not sure about that.
Yeah. You don't keep in touch. Do you keep in touch with the baby mom?
No. I talked to her like 4 times in the last 2 years or something. She living with a guy named Robert Wilson. I didn't want her.
Okay. So you think that's kind of the reason why you don't really talk to the kids, because you and the baby mom don't
I just, I don't have much to say to them, but I usually hear me, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And you've never been married before, have you?
Yeah, I was married for 20 I'm still married, I guess, 22 years. I guess, I mean, I think I'm gonna get an annulment though.
You think you're gonna get a divorce?
Yeah, or an annulment one.
Okay. So it just didn't work out for you, huh?
Well, I mean, 20 years, that's long enough. That's a life sentence in jail sometimes.
Yeah. Did you grow up in a 2-parent household?
Just one.
Just one. Okay. Is mom still alive? Dad still alive?
Yeah, I've stayed with my mom over there in that house that's falling down.
Oh, okay. So you were right on the way home, huh?
Yeah.
We saw you. Okay. Is that your house with the big old dog in the yard?
No, the next one over. I own a house out there in Wilmer, but I ain't living there right now.
Okay. And were you born and raised in this area, or?
I was born in Oklahoma, but I was raised in this area.
Really? Okay. So you moved down to Mobile, Alabama. How old were you when you moved to Mobile?
Yeah, I can't remember. A couple of times I moved around from place to place. I lived in New Orleans for a little while, in Texas, and then here. Probably 6, 7, 8 years old.
Okay. And I see you have a job, so I'm not going to ask you, are you employed?
I ain't working right now.
You're not working
This is the old shirt I put on.
Oh, okay. Okay. This channel right here is a drug awareness channel, and we just kind of go around and, ask people different questions about drugs, because a lot of drugs are going on in Mobile, Alabama, and just in the world in general.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, have you ever been introduced to any type of drugs?
Oh yeah, I started out. What did I do? I started out on weed. Well, I started drinking. I started on weed. Then I started on. I took some acid and smoked crack for about 10 years. Then I took methadone for about. Well, I started on lower tabs, and then I started methadone for about 10 years, and then I started smoking methamphetamines. The methamphetamine, it don't affect me as much because I got some kind of chemical imbalance in my brain, but it kind of helps me wake up a little bit, kind of like coffee.
And see, I've noticed with certain people, they start off with marijuana, of course, and then a lot of people get in maybe accidents, car accidents, or some type of injury. Then they prescribe them Percocets, and then the Percocets lead to maybe X pills or crack cocaine or meth or heroin or whatever. So acid. I want to ask you about acid because I don't have too many people mention acid. What's the effect on acid? Like, what type of high does that give you?
It's energy, and it's I don't know. It's like it's just like little visuals, kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like a little, I don't know.
So does it kind of make you hallucinate a little bit?
Yeah, kind of like your eyes get a little blurry and stuff. And you stay awake a lot. The one thing weird about acid is if you take something like the next day, you can't take it. It don't get your eye.
So you have to wait a few days to take it after you take it that first time.
Yep.
So what drug was most addictive to you?
I'm not. Well, probably I don't know, crack or something. But I had help quitting crack. But the ecstasy is the hardest drug to come down off of. Like withdrawal symptoms.
I was going to ask you about
withdrawals. There's a lot of depression with that.
Right. So the withdrawal symptoms, you get depression. What about as far as the body? Do you get any type of sickness or anything, throwing up or anything like that?
With crack I used to, but that crack they got nowadays, I don't know what they made put in it. It just makes you nasty. Like it makes you want to gag sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm noticing because I've asked people about the crack back in the day and how it is nowadays. I noticed crack is totally different. It's making people look different. They're almost kind of like zombies, look like off crack and Mojo and all that other.
That Mojo stuff, that's a gas station weed. I smoked that when it first came out, but I can't do that stuff. I don't smoke weed at all. I can't even stand the smell of it.
So as of now, are you doing any drugs as of now?
I do a little meth, like out every day a little bit. Really, a couple puffs, really, kind of like a vape or something.
So how long does the high last with meth?
Well, I don't get real high. Like crack, I get real high and come down, but if you a couple, I don't know, about 10, 20 puffs, it lasts all day, really. Keep, like, just like alert. Like a coffee, really. I don't get too, like, I mean, but if I'm not, I'm pretty lethargic. I just, like, sleep for 2 or 3 days at a time, but I won't even want to wake up.
Wow. So has your drug addiction, has it caused any type of harm in your family? I know it probably has in your life, because I know you don't want to be addicted to any type of drugs.
I'm not sure, really. But the way my life is, I don't think drugs could affect it at all. I got a pretty weird life going on right now. It's just weird. I'm just trying to, hopefully somebody give me a donation, I can leave town.
And when you say weird, can you elaborate on that? Because I want to kind of understand what you mean. You don't have to go deep into it, but when you say your life is weird, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's really too complicated to say, but it's baffling me. Like some of this shit I hear all day long, it's like, it is. It's about 4 years ago. I kind of learned it's a whole different world than what I thought it is, because it's just beyond belief. Some of this shit that I get intuition or some perception, crazy ideas or some shit, and I'm like, it's just like, I just don't see how the world could be that crazy, really.
So the type of ideas are you getting? Well, first let me ask you this: do you have a belief in God?
I'm not sure about that. I do, sort of. I mean, sort of. I mean, sort of.
Yeah. And when you say sort of, is it because you've kind of leaned on God to do certain things for you? He didn't answer your prayers at the time that you wanted him to answer, or how does that go? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't do nothing I wouldn't do. I'm pretty sure I can trust your judgment. It's like, I mean, if you ask him for a prayer or some shit and you get that information, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't do nothing I wouldn't do. I'm pretty sure I can trust your judgment. Good luck. So it's like, well, I guess it's on me.
Yes. So, do you think the environment that you're in is kind of what's making your life weird, just the environment around, or?
Well, yeah. Not really. It's the environment. It's whatever, I gotta get away from these people. I need to leave somewhere, go somewhere. I actually need a soundproof studio, actually, so I ain't gotta listen to all this bullshit.
So if it's anything in your life that you can change, what would it be that you would want to change about your life?
I would be out of this, in like a different location, or either like a storm shelter or something with soundproof, because I think I got autism in my ears with all the car noise and stuff, background noise. It messes with my ears a lot. It does, like loud cars and traffic all the time. I'd be either out in the country, like literally in the country where there ain't no cars and background noise.
So are you kind of a loner?
No, yeah. I don't. I mean, when I was in a relationship, I like being around my wife, but I don't really like being around people at all.
Right. Okay. Well, all right. I do want to tell you this. I don't want to drop religion on you or anything like that, but I do want you to pray to God at night and ask Him to reveal Himself to you. Okay? I want you to do that for me. All right, Will?
Yeah, I will.
Ask Him to reveal Himself to you, and you just wait for it. Okay?
Yeah, I will. I guess.
Okay. And anybody that wants to try drugs, what is your advice on the people that may want to try drugs?
Well, I shouldn't say somebody's opinion, but some of the things I hear, but everybody else probably hear that shit about the lesser of two evils or some shit. But it ain't really good for anybody. But I mean, some things it's the drugs of people who can't handle reality, and the normals, the in between, the highs and the lows. Some people, I don't know. Some people need that shit. Like because there'll be between the highs and the low, there'll be a period of normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, between the high and then the low of the depression or whatever it is.
And this is my last question. I'm gonna let you go for real this time. Do you think a lot of people try drugs to escape the pain of life?
I don't know. When I was a little kid, I started spinning around in circles to try to change my mental state. But that's a very altered state. You know, then I started smoking cigarettes, getting a little buzz off of that. But I started spinning around in circles when I was 2 or 3 years old. I'm not sure, but it's for people can't handle reality. That's the reality they got. They don't like it. It's just pain or whatever, it's misery or just fucking boredom. It's a change of pace.
Okay. All right, Mr. Will, we thank you for your transparency and we thank you for your time, okay?
All right.
Have a blessed day.
I will. Thank you.
All righty.